Okay, so this title, it's way more than just a catchy phrase, you know? It's a complete flip of the script on how we think about creating wealth. It kind of challenges that whole idea that you have to grind and struggle relentlessly to get ahead. Instead, it suggests that real wealth, it doesn't start with what you do, but with the decision you make on the inside, a total shift in who you are.
And that really gets us to the core question here, doesn't it? What if wealth isn't some prize you have to chase down, but it's actually something you are? What if it's not a finish line you're racing towards, but an identity, a state of being that you can step into right now, this very moment? That's the big idea we're diving into today.
Now, to really get this, we've got to look at where most of us start. Let's call it the old identity, the identity of chasing. And you probably know what this feels like. It's a life defined by constant effort. You wake up thinking, how can I make more money? And you go to bed wondering, did I do enough today? It's just this life of non-stop striving. And underneath it all, there's this hum of fear and scarcity.
And you can really see the difference when you put them side by side. On one side, you have the chaser. Their life is all about effort, urgency, and fear. It is exhausting just thinking about it. But then you have the possessor, who operates from a place of ease, certainty, and confidence. The real difference here isn't what's in their bank account. It's what's going on inside their head. It's their internal state of being.
And this quote, wow, it just nails the whole problem. When you're living from a state of not yet, I'm not yet wealthy, I'm not yet successful, your reality basically has no choice but to reflect that feeling of lack. It's like your life is just a big mirror. It doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. So that's the big aha moment, right? The realization that life isn't responding to all your frantic effort, it's responding to your identity. And that leads to this huge, powerful new decision, to stop trying to become wealthy and to start being wealthy. It's a shift from all that effort to just embodying it. And here's that decision, laid out plain and simple. This wasn't about changing a business plan or finding a new investment strategy. No, this was a change in consciousness. The decision was made to become a millionaire on the inside first, with total conviction that the outside world, well, it would just have to catch up.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how on earth do you just become something? Well, it all starts with this one question. And this isn't a logic puzzle for your brain to solve. It's an invitation to your feelings, your emotions. By asking, how would I feel, you completely bypass all the how-to struggles and you tap directly into that state of being. And this is what that feeling actually is. It's not about being flashy or arrogant. Not at all. It's this deep, calm certainty, a quiet confidence, a real sense of ease in your body. And maybe most importantly, this fundamental knowing that you are supported by the universe. This is the internal feeling you want to cultivate.
All right, so we know what we're aiming for. We know what it feels like, but how do you actually do it? How do you make this your new normal? The whole key is this idea of living from the end. Basically, you consistently think, feel, and act from the assumption that what you want is already here.
And we can break this practice down into 4 simple steps. First, you just watch your thoughts. Become an observer, noticing every little thought about lack or limitation without judging it. Second, you choose your state. You consciously, gently replace that thought with a new truth. Third, you feel the end. You use your imagination to actually feel what it's like to have your wish fulfilled. And finally, you live as if. You take that feeling with you throughout your day and you start making decisions from that new place.
Now, this part is so important. This isn't about trying to force yourself to believe something that feels fake. You're not trying to lie to yourself. It's about consciously choosing your internal state. Think of it like choosing what outfit you're going to wear. You are intentionally selecting the feeling of wealth.
Here's a super clear example of what that looks like. The old thought, the old programming, pops up and says, oh, I can't afford that. Instead of spiraling, you just gently replace it. You choose the new truth. Money flows to me easily. That simple swap is a powerful vote for abundance over lack.
And when you keep doing this, something really amazing starts to happen. The outside world, remember that mirror we talked about? It begins to change. It literally starts to reorganize itself to reflect the new identity you've been building on the inside.
This is where we realize most of us have it completely backwards. We think that getting the money or the opportunity is the cause of feeling wealthy. But in this reality, your internal state is the true cause. The money, the opportunities, the connections, all that stuff is just the effect.
So what does that actually look like in your day-to-day life? Well, opportunities just seem to pop up without you having to chase them down. Great ideas just flow to you. You meet the right people at the perfect time without even trying. And yeah, money starts showing up, often from places you never would have expected. Your outer world is just confirming who you've become inside.
And you know what the wildest part is? When these things actually happen, when the success shows up, it doesn't feel like this huge shock or surprise. It feels natural, almost familiar, because you've already lived it 1,000 times in your imagination. The real thing just feels like a confirmation. So when you boil it all down, what's the big secret? It's simple, but it's incredibly profound. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. Your identity, that's the key that unlocks everything.
I love this quote because it just wraps everything up perfectly. The real goal isn't just to pile up a bunch of money. The real goal is the transformation you go through to become the kind of person for whom wealth is just a natural part of life. The money, that's just the evidence.
So I'm going to leave you with a question to really think about, because this isn't just about money, this works for every single area of your life. The most powerful question you can ever ask yourself isn't, what do I need to do to get what I want? It's, who do I need to become?